Hello everyone, I am Lahari. Today I am here to discuss about data warehouse architecture and implementation. So let's get started. Data warehouse. The basic concept of data warehouse is to facilitate a single version of truth for a company for decision making and forecasting. A data warehouse is an information system that contains historical and commutative data from single or multiple sources. Data warehouse concepts simplify the reporting and analysis process of organizations. Characteristics of data warehouse: subject oriented, integrated, time variant, and non volatile. Subject oriented. A data warehouse is subject oriented as it offers information regarding a theme instead of company's ongoing operations. These subjects can be sales, marketing, distributions, etc. Integrated. In data warehouse, integration means the establishment of common unit of measure for all similar data from dissimilar database. The data also needs to be stored in data warehouse in common and universally acceptable manner. Time variant. The time horizon for data warehouse is quite extensive compared with operational systems. The data collected in a data warehouse is recognized with a particular period and offers information from a historical point of view. Non-volatile. Data warehouse is also non-volatile, means the previous data is not erased when new data is entered into it. Data is read-only and periodically refreshed. Here are some major differences between application and data warehouse. In operational application, complex program must be coded to make sure that the data upgrade process maintain high integrity of the final product. This kind of issues does not happen because of data update is not performed in data warehouse. Technology needed to support issues of transactions, data recovery, rollback and resolution as its deadlock is quite complex. It offers relative simplicity in technology. Enterprise Data Warehouse, which is a part of types of data warehouse. EDW serves as a central or key database to facilitate decision making throughout the enterprise. Major benefits of having the EDW include access to cross organizational information. ODS, which is also known as Operational Data Store, refreshes in real time. Therefore, it is often used for routine enterprise activities such as storing records of the employees. Data Mart. It is a subset of a data warehouse that is intended to support a particular department, region, or business unit. Data warehouse architecture, which is our main topic today. The data warehouse architecture can be defined as a structural representation of the concrete functional arrangement based on which a data warehouse is constructed that should include all its major pragmatic components, which is typically enclosed with four defined layers, such as a source layer where all the data from different sources are situated, the staging layer where the data undergoes ETL processing, the storage layer where the process data are stored for future expenses, and the presentation layer where the front end tools are employed as per the user's convenience. So let's see about the pictorial representation of data warehouse architecture. So it generally comprises of top tier, middle tier, and bottom tier. Coming to the top tier consists of the client-side front-end of the architecture. The transformed and logic applied information stored in the data warehouse will be used and acquired for business purposes in this tier. All requirement analysis document costs and all features that determine a profit-based business deal is done based on these tools which use the data warehouse information. Now let's move on to the middle tier of the architecture. The middle tier consists of OLAP servers. OLAP is online analytical processing server. OLAP is used to provide information to business analysts and managers. Mostly relational or multi-dimensional OLAP is used in data warehouse architecture. Now let's move on to the last tier, that is the bottom tier of the architecture. Data sources. The data sources consist of source data that is acquired and provided to staging and ETL tools. And coming to the ETL tools are very important because they help in combining logic, raw data, and schema into one and loads the information to the data warehouse or data marts. The approach where ETL loads information the data warehouse directly is known as the top-down approach. Now, let's differentiate between top-down approach and bottom-up approach. Provides a definite, consistent view of information, as information from the data warehouse is used to create data marts in case of top-down approach, whereas reports can be generated easily as data marts are created first, and it is relatively easy to interact with data marts in case of bottom-up approach. Time, cost, and maintenance is high in case of top-down approach. Time, cost, and maintenance are low in case of bottom-up approach. Here are the different layers of data warehouse architecture. That is data source, data staging, data storage, and data presentation. Coming to the data source layer, it is a layer where the data from the source is encountered and subsequently sent to the other layers for desired operation. Data can be of any type. In real life, some examples of source data can be log files of each specific application or job or entry of employees in a company. The source data can be a database, a spreadsheet, or any other kind of text file. Data staging layer. Here there are several steps, which is data extraction. The data received by the source layer is feed into the staging layer by the first process that takes place with the acquired data is extraction. Step 2. Landing database. The extracted data is temporarily stored in a landing database. It retrieves the data once the data is extracted. Next is staging area. The data in landing database is taken and several quality checks and staging operations are performed in staging area. It makes data processing easier. And the fourth one is data presentation layer. This layer where the users get to interact with data stored in the data warehouse. Queries and several tools will be employed to get different types of information based on the data. Metadata information and system operations and performance are also maintained and viewed in this layer. Now, coming to data warehouse and implementation. Data warehouse implementation is a series of activities that are essential to create a fully functioning data warehouse. After classifying, analyzing, and designing the data warehouse with respect to the requirements provided by the client, the various phases of data warehouse implementation are planning, data gathering, data analysis, and business actions. The process of establishing and implementing a data warehouse system in an organization is known as data warehouse implementation. Data warehouse is one of the most important components of the business intelligence process for an organization. Data warehouse implementation process requires a series of steps that needs to be followed in a very effective manner. The process are as follows: planning, data gathering, data analysis, and then business actions. Planning. Planning is one of the most important steps of a process. It helps in getting a pathway or the roadmap that we have to follow to achieve our described goals and objectives. It is a cornerstone of every successful project that is implemented in organizations. Coming to data gathering, as data is available everywhere, but all data available is not helpful for an organization. Data gathering is a process that involves the collection of data from various sources that can be used for data analysis and reporting. It involves a wide range of steps, and it is a time consuming process as we need to first identify the data that is going to be helpful for the organization. The third one is data analysis. Once the data is collected, the next step which comes into the picture is data analysis. The process of gathering and getting meaningful insights out of the data together is known as data analysis. Business actions. The insights and information attained from data analysis are further used for making decisions for the organization. Higher the level of insights, higher would be the efficiency of the business decisions, and these decisions are going to decide the future of the organization. Components of data warehouse implementation. Some of the major components of data warehouse implementation are as follows: data marts, OLTP, OLAP, metadata, and ETL. Data marts. A data mart is an important component of data warehouse. It can be set as a subset of a data warehouse that is focused on a particular business line like sales, marketing, human resource, etc. OLTP. The OLTP layer deals with the processing of transactional data on a task associated with an organization. It stands for Online Transactional Processing. It deals with transactional data which is frequently changing in nature. OLAP. OLAP layer helps in processing and analyzing the data stored in the database. It stands for Online Analytical Process. This layer deals with the master data which is not frequently changing in nature. ETL. The ETL process helps in fetching the data from different sources into a single data warehouse. The process of extraction, transformation, and loading is used for data warehouse. Metadata. The data of data is known as metadata. It helps in getting granularity of data. It helps in getting the information about the data. For example, if we have a data which is corresponding to a country, then state data, city data, and the area level can be called the metadata of the data. Advantages of data warehouse implementation: better data management and delivery, better decision making, cost reduction, competitive advantage. These are some of the major advantages of data warehouse implementation. Better data management and delivery. One of the most important advantages of using data warehousing system in the organization is efficient data management and delivery. It helps in the storage of all types of data from different sources. Better decision making. The use of effective inside cell business intelligence, the management of the organization can take effective decisions based on solid data analysis. Cost reduction. It helps in avoiding duplication of works that ultimately helps in reducing the costs and increases the efficiency of the organization. Competitive advantage. As the organization is able to make effective decisions, they should be ready to out with their competitors as they are able to fully utilize their resources and can focus on activities in a better way. It can be said and concluded that with the use of sound data warehouse implementation in the organization can easily increase its efficiency, can easily achieve its goals and objectives with the minimal efforts and can do wonders for the organization. With the use of effective data warehouse management, one can take advantage of numerous data available and can reach the heights of the success. So this is all about data warehouse architecture and implementation. I hope you like my presentation. Thank you.